Well, we've got our first 93 rated Evo to go and look at, plus combining that with some Shapeshifters news. Our first Shapeshifters icon has been leaked as we inch closer towards the start of Shapeshifters, which hopefully means the start of summer FIFA, because God knows TOTS wasn't. So we'll talk about all of those things. We've got some compensation stuff to go and talk about that was kind of weird, plus a lot of miscellaneous news and stuff to talk about today. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. And thank you all for watching. Of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel. And you know, welcome to hell with this evolution that came out. A max 91 paid evolution that gives dead ball plus. You know, sometimes there's just nothing to even say, right? It's a perfect summary of what it feels like this TOTS content has been. This Evo, I mean, why is it paid? Why on earth is it paid? And you can say that with quite a few of these, honestly. And we're right now in Ultimate Team of the Season. We got like a couple days left of it. We do have some SBCs that we haven't seen yet, in terms of ones that we saw leaked but haven't come out yet, so we're waiting on those, and we can go look at all those here in a sec. But yeah, I just wish I had positive things to say about the content. I do. They didn't change anything from the last video I made with the menu grind stuff. The player pick got better. It's 82 plus 1 of 4 now, which I guess that, you know, it's nice to see it be increased, right? Not gonna complain about that. But the 82 by 20 grind was a complete and utter failure. I mean, it just was a failure. And it is interesting that it expires today. I don't really know why they would have it expire today when Ultimate TOTS does not expire until Friday. You can see right there, it's not like Ultimate TOTS goes out of packs tomorrow, or today, sorry. It says 3 days, 16 hours from when I'm recording this video, which is Friday, like normal. So a bit of copium maybe, but maybe we'll see a different 82 by 20, and maybe they'll make it slightly better in terms of the requirements. That would be kind of cool. And the last thing also, if you guys have used either KDB, Muller, or Modric, or Lauren James too, but especially these three, then let us know in the comments which one you've liked the most, or if you've only used one, like just tell us how much you've liked Modric or KDB rigs. I'm gonna do Modric right here. You can't see it, but I'm like halfway done with them. So let me and us know if you could in the comments. Now let's go talk about this EA tweet first here, some compensation stuff. So first of all, if you remember this tweet from, it's May 27th, this was when there was like bad server problems, and they said, we are aware of an issue that impacted the ability for some players to complete the play 15 and win 15 objectives within the Team of the Season Champions Legacy objective group. Impacted players will receive the intended rewards in game in the coming days. Now, everyone kind of assumed that that was like server related, because that was when the servers were terrible. So it was always weird to think of like, what will they do with compensation for that when it's just like server problems? But apparently there was some glitches. There must have been some glitches mixed in here, because this must not have actually been a server problem, because I don't know how you give compensation for server problems, and like it affects everybody, right? I'm not exactly sure what happened here, but I saw some people in the replies saying like, yeah, I got my pick, and you know, I got fodder out of it or whatever. Right here, this guy got his compensation. So I'm not really sure what happened here, but okay, you can check if you got more player picks or not. And then also with compensation, yesterday when I didn't make a video, there was some weird like Polish pack mistake in the text where it said tradable on the 92 plus pick, actually, that you could open in a store pack. So it's one of those language mess ups that we see happen quite often, and this was another one. So if you change your language to Polish and opened this pick, you got an extra tradable 92 plus pick for any Team of the Season as well there. So that did happen. It happened very quick, actually. That glitch was literally like the day before, and it was immediately sent out. We didn't even talked about it in any of our videos, because I haven't made one since the glitch happened, and there's already compensation for it. So they're all kind of on the ball here, which is kind of strange, but I guess they can't really be on the ball when the mistake happened in the first place. So like, you know, hard to say they're on the ball, but okay. Next up here, 93 overall evolution. So FUT Agent just says this, right? Just Shapeshifters Evo, 93 overall, your card, question mark, and then proceeds to not reply to anybody. So nothing to take from FUT Agent here. Most helpful FUT Agent's tweet. And then Jake FUT Trading also actually replies to some people. And I think once we get our first one, there's multiple, because he's kind of replying to a lot of people with different positions saying yes to them. So I think it's going to be multiple positions here coming up, but he replies to this guy saying, do they fit in any Evo soon? He says yes. So that's this 93 Hudlin card who fits in Evo soon, apparently, with 92 pace, 96 shot, 89 dribbling. And then we've got next up here is this 93 Hullet card that has been in the game for quite a while, right? Thunderstruck, Rude Hullet, and then this Team of the Year Henri card, which once this guy fits in an Evo, it's over. I guess, you know, people already have so many Henris that it's not going to be as popular, but this card, when it first came out, was like the best in the game, bar none. And then this Neymar card also fits in apparently soon, with 95 pace, 93 dribbling, with 3 playstyle pluses. So this is actually sort of exciting because just this is the most fun part of this game, even though it's getting worse, because of course it is, but it's the most fun part of the game for me, at least in my opinion. But the only requirement that we know of that Jake says here is max 90 physical. We don't even know position of what this evolution is going to be, because this guy replied and said, please, and this card does not fit. If you can see it right here, here's a better kind of look at it. This card does not fit because of his 91 physical, but I guess the rest of this fits, even though this is 92 rated anyway, but looks like max 90 physical is going to be, I guess, one of the requirements here. And next up here is our first Shapeshifter icon leak, which I think is going to come out this Friday, if I had to guess. It's Diego Maradona, which is cool. Now, of course, he literally might be a left back, keep in mind, so it's hard to know like what Shapeshifter they'll give him. He's either going to be a right wing, or sorry, a left wing instead of a right wing, or a striker instead of a cam, so like no different at all, or they'll like make him a left back, right? So don't know which yet, but this is our first icon that we have leaked, and AC doesn't really say much about it. But with the Shapeshifters leaks that we'll see, before we have the official stats, we have no idea like what they'll look like, because they could be literally anywhere on the pitch. So my guess is they'll make him like a striker. It'll be striker Maradona, or it'll be an attacker in a barely different position if I had to put my money on it. But that's our icon leak. And next up here, we got some FC26 stuff, a couple different tweets to look at. The first one from Mateus Gamer. I've seen more and more evidence that it will be a very strong year of partnerships. We will know soon, including in geographies that are not priorities in previous years. So the rumor has obviously been the Mexican league is like pretty much confirmed, but the Brazilian league's been heavily rumored. Not the full Brazilian league year one, if I had to guess. It probably wouldn't be, because they have to negotiate with all the teams individually in Brazil. But my guess is this, you know, Mateus is saying here, like, there will be more licenses this year, looks like, in areas especially that were not priorities in previous years, aka they were okay with losing the Liga MX license. They've been okay with losing the Brazilian league licenses. So just more kind of smoke to the fire of like a lot of new licenses next year. And next up here is actually a lot of career mode leaks for FC26, and I'm not going to get into it too much. If you guys want me to in previous videos, I can go through and give you like the rundown on all the career mode leaks and stuff like that too. You just have to let me know. I just know we're more Ultimate Team players here, but I bring this up because EA will further enhance the use of AI in the next FC edition. There's been a lot of rumors about this, that many people at EA have said that making stadiums is now way easier with the use of AI. And I think Mateus Gamer said this a few weeks ago, that he expects next year to have the most stadiums that you'll have probably ever seen in a FIFA game, because they're so much easier to make now thanks to AI. And also apparently Cranium tech is going to be a lot better next year as well. Generated players in career mode will also look more natural. But listen, I think most of us probably just want some better gameplay. Step one, better gameplay. Step two, I don't know. What even is step two? Where do you go? Where do you begin? We won't even get into it, but just delivering the news, you know, as I see it here for you guys. And here's another thing this year that EA just didn't do for some reason. What's the reason? One of the best things about TOTS last year was the exclusive Evos just for champs cards. Like, people universally loved this, and EA just said, what if we didn't do that? Like, everything last year that we really liked, they just didn't bring in this year, it feels like. I'm sure there's stuff I'm not thinking of, but when you think about like the most fun during team of the season last year, it was these and other evolutions, but these were awesome, and the exchange grind was really fun in the menus. We didn't get either. Just, I don't know what happened. Like, I want the backstory and what the decision making was for this team of the season. And that kind of slides us into our next thing here. And that's this Reddit post right here. This community has the shortest memories out of any gaming sub I've seen. Everyone's complaining about pack weight, saying it's the worst ultimate team of the season and so on. Do you guys remember literally any other year? Pack weight has always been atrocious this time of year. IDK why everyone is seemingly so shocked year after year. Don't believe me? Go ahead and look at the post from past years. And then down here, this guy replies and says it happens every year, and links post to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and 5 years ago, saying the exact same things, basically, that like Ultimate Team of the Season pack weight is a joke, even back to literally FIFA 19, right, which is 5 years ago. FIFA 20 was 5 years ago. And this is the thing with this, is that I don't really understand, I guess, this whole point per se, because this all can be correct. 5 years ago, this post can be correct. 3 years ago, this post can be correct. 2 years ago, the same exact thing. If pack weight for any point of the year, but let's just say this Ultimate Team of the Season, right? If pack weight for Ultimate TOTS has gotten worse every single year, you will see posts like these ones every single year. So I'm not surprised to see that every year we've seen these exact posts, because they does seem to be getting worse every single year. So no, we don't have the shortest memories. I mean, sure, we do definitely have short memories about some things, obviously. I think everybody does, but this right here, I don't understand this. If it's getting worse every year, of course you're gonna see these kinds of posts. And this guy down here sums it up really well. I'm on both sides for this. Has it always been shit? Yes. Is it worse than last year and so on? Also, yes. No point in gaslighting people to temper themselves. Fuck EA. And this is the thing. You get these posts like this because, like, for some people, contrarianism equals intellectualism, right? So you're going to see these just crazy contrarian posts all the time being like, no, actually, you're all wrong and we're all hypocrites and shit like that. It's like, okay, tone it down a bit. EA love when we do this. They love this. They love this stupid bickering back and forth we do on Reddit and other social medias. They love this shit because we don't give a shit then about what they're doing. The spotlight's off of them, right? So let's just attempt not to bicker at each other all the time and, you know, look at the actual problems here. And I'm not perfect at that myself either. Just something that we should try and do, I feel like. But yeah, looking at the market here, obviously these TOTS cards have crashed big time. So it was very good if you sold these cards into the panic because you did very well. I think there will be some cards in here that do fairly well post Ultimate Team of the Season, at least for like a week or so. I think some of the 4 playstyle plus cards will still do okay post Ultimate Team of the Season. The ones that are in Ultimate, those are the ones I'd actually look at because Shapeshifters now, my guess is most cards will have 4 playstyle pluses. So you're going to want to look at those cards to me for cards if you want to buy post Ultimate. Looking at the trending players here, you know, like Tanaka or let's just say Luis Suarez, because they get great chemistry. He's 5'5" as well, 4 playstyle pluses. Like, he should do fine at a packs to me. This does depend on what leaks we get. Like, if Shapeshifters has 50 cards in it, then it's like, yeah, maybe not actually. And also some cards might have 5 playstyle pluses. This Kaká that might be achievable in like a week or so, by the way, keep in mind, because people are already level 20 right now, or level 25, I think I was seeing some people on, which is insane. So 5 playstyle pluses might even be a thing for this Shapeshifters promo as well. And if that's the case, then maybe, you know, we'll reconvene here. But yeah, we'll talk about it more as we know more. But this is a Mobile Lake card, by the way, apparently has all the hype. I think I brought this up the other day, but apparently this card everyone says is insane. So do you guys agree? Is this card insane? That's all I'm seeing on Twitter is this right back a Mobile Lake card and everyone hating playing against it. And okay, let's read my intelligent, handsome, charismatic comment section. We got Smashed Capru says, you all forget history so quick. Team of the Year power curve was pushed so high because the December 31st financials and metrics were terrible, so they gave free cards and boosted the power curve to entice these new players to want them. That's definitely true. Next year is not necessarily going to mirror this year, RE power curve, unless the metrics and financials continue to decline. For me, gameplay is number 1 and it's been terrible. Get better servers and DDA, etc. there. No, I think this is right because, yeah, I think this year was a bit unique in terms of the way the power curve was handled. You know, this kind of is just my theory because some people do think that things are like all planned out, say months ahead of time. We've talked about this stuff before. I do think most things probably are, but there's some stuff that they can kind of like add in on the fly and stuff like that. I do think that 82/20 was something that they added in on the fly, basically, and that really messed up the power curve this year. And so, like you're saying, next year's not necessarily going to mirror that because I think that was a band-aid, or you think that was a band-aid, and I also agree with that. So I think you're right. And I think that even if the power curve, let's say that there wasn't a huge issue this year, I think it still wouldn't be the same. I think they know that with the way things have gone this year, whether they release 82/20s or not for next year's Team of the Year, they know that whatever happened this year can't happen again. And I think even I underestimated the gameplay changes and how much that helps people play the game. Like, the numbers were insane during that time period of the gameplay patch. Like, the numbers were actually very, very good. And I didn't even expect that. I expected it to be like, okay, people were more happy, there'd be a few more players, but to the same level that we saw, I didn't expect that. So I think for you and for most people, I think gameplay is number 1, and we just the delay is so bad. And that goes into this next comment here that the delay on PS5 and on console, I should say, not PS5, just on console, is apparently terrible right now. It's not great on PC, but I know if it's not great on PC, then it's really bad on console. And Drippy Bacon was saying that here, and this is the thing, is that they have to pick a struggle. They can't, you have to be like self-aware enough to know your gameplay isn't very good to then kind of give us some more menu stuff to keep us on the game and stuff like that. I feel like FIFA 19, they knew that. Like, the gameplay that year was so bad. I feel like they partly, this might be bullshit, but I feel like they partly made some of the menu grind stuff a little bit better because the gameplay was so horrible that if the menu grind wasn't there, that game was dead on arrival. It was so bad. This game isn't to that level bad, but it's not great. I don't think anyone loves this gameplay, and your menu grind sucks fat ass. Like, you can't have both. And there were some people that did say, like, I think the menu grind's actually okay, or I think that, you know, this TOTS is nowhere near the worst because players are attainable right now and they're very cheap. And, you know, I talked about that in my video, but some people probably didn't end up staying that far for me to like hear, you know, what I said about that, which totally is fine. But I think I also want to try and be as objective as I can be. And like, I do like the fact that players are attainable more so than in previous years. Because like, let's not forget, I mean, Messi's still 4 mil. You got like R9 cards. You got CR7 tots that's, you know, that expensive as well. You know, there's cards that are that expensive that you probably won't be able to afford still. It's not like every card's attainable, but there are more cards that are attainable for sure. So I want to get, you know, that's not a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing to be able to use those cards. I think that would be more on the positive side for some people if the gameplay wasn't bad, so that then it would be more like, okay, sweet, I get to use more cards, more good cards, like a Tots Vinny in my gameplay, and I want to go play gameplay because I like the gameplay, so that positive is then more noticed, more seen that way. But right now it hasn't really been because people aren't wanting to play the gameplay anyway. So, you know, that part of the game, maybe the good stuff about it isn't being as highlighted because people just don't want to play it, right? But also, I'm obviously always curious to know what you guys think, and, you know, thank you all for being here and watching today. Appreciate you all so much. I love you all. So, peace.